In a bustling town called Gizmopolis, where towering buildings reached for the clouds and cars zoomed along busy streets, lived a young girl named Zoe. With wild curly hair and bright green eyes that sparkled with curiosity, Zoe was known throughout her neighborhood as the Little Inventor. From a very young age, Zoe had been fascinated by how things worked. Her room was a treasure trove of dismantled toys, half-finished contraptions, and drawings of imaginary machines. While other children played video games, Zoe spent her time dreaming up inventions that could make the world a better place. One day, as Zoe walked home from school, she noticed how the air in Gizmopolis seemed thick and grey. Cars puffed out dark smoke, and factory chimneys belched clouds into the sky. The trees that lined the streets looked sad, their leaves drooping under the weight of pollution. Zoe's inventive mind began to whir. She knew she had to do something to help clean up her beloved town. That night, instead of sleeping, she stayed up late, scribbling ideas in her notebook by the light of her star-shaped lamp. The next day, and for many days after, Zoe worked tirelessly on her new project. She collected old bicycle parts from the junkyard, bits of discarded electronics from the recycling centre, and even convinced her parents to let her use the blender from the kitchen. Her room became a whirlwind of activity, with gears turning, lights blinking, and strange whirring noises that made her little brother peek curiously through the keyhole. Weeks turned into months, and Zoe faced many challenges. Her first prototype fizzled out in a puff of smoke. The second one made strange gurgling noises, but did nothing else. The third one worked for a few minutes before falling apart. But Zoe didn't give up. With each failure, she learned something new and made improvements to her design. Finally, after countless attempts and late nights, Zoe emerged from her room with a strange-looking contraption. It was a mix of shiny metal parts, colourful wires, and what looked suspiciously like her mother's favourite flower vase. Zoe called it the Green Dream Machine. With the help of her parents, Zoe took her invention to the town square. People gathered around, curious about the odd-looking device. Zoe took a deep breath and flipped the switch. For a moment, nothing happened, and Zoe's heart sank. But then, with a gentle hum, the Green Dream Machine sprang to life. A soft green mist began to spread from the machine. As it touched the grey buildings, they seemed to sparkle clean. The drooping trees perked up, their leaves turning a vibrant green. The air began to clear, and for the first time in years, the people of Gizmopolis could see the blue sky clearly.